Y'all, I had no idea how I was going to start this show, but I saw this comment right here, and this says it best. Bang, bang, we're back at it. Things are back to normal. And indeed, things are back to normal. This is the Golden Octagon MMA Podcast. I am Matt. D Rose is on that side of your screen. We had a week off last week. No fights. D Rose's kids are already screaming on the podcast. Y'all know y'all love to hear it. We're back at it. D Rose,
You
let them
know
know
it.
how you been, dude.
As you hear, a little bit chaotic over here, but man, there's nothing better than hearing that intro music when you drop the beat, because it's almost like my Brock Lesnar. Like at the start, kind of it's kind of rolling my neck. I'm like, oh man, it's showtime, man. So it was a little weird not having a pod last week, but hey, man, no fights. That was a little weird. It actually felt like it was more than a week off, but hey, we bike at it.
Hell yeah, brother. Had to turn my shit down. I was full blast and you're fucking blasting my ear. But that was my fault. Yeah, but real quick, shout out everyone in here early. Lush Low Main, as I said, got the preview comment in. I really didn't know how to start the show, so I thought it was perfect for that. Benjamin Chode in here early. It's time, and indeed we are live. Hopefully we can make some money this weekend, man. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I just switched it up on my mic a little bit. Does it sound okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
I might need to turn you back up a little bit, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah. Well, because I messed with my settings because I think I had it a little bit too loud, so I got it fixed there. But we should be good.
Fair enough, dude. No trouble there. Well, I guess I'll give you the rundown on what we are going to do, what we are going to talk about on today's show. We would talk about this past weekend's fights, dude, but there was no fights this past weekend. They've been 2 weeks now. I know just the headlines off the top, dude. Mackenzie Dern pretty much mollywopped Angela Hill for all 5 rounds. Kind of surprising to you, or yeah, no?
Yeah, I thought the domination was definitely surprising. I definitely didn't expect. We expected Mackenzie to win. We expected, some kind of submission or something like that, but we did not expect total domination from beginning to end, to her to land the brutal knee that she did, to hurt Angela Hill, to, she could have had a fractured orbital. Nothing was reported that I had seen, but, it looked like it was. Angela Hill took a beating, man, but Mackenzie Dern, that was the best she's ever looked, man.
Hell yeah, brother. And the one that kind of shat on my night altogether was Diego Ferreira knocking out Michael Johnson, dude. That was like Michael Johnson was winning every second of that fight until that one punch was thrown and just snoozed him. I was like, well, there goes pick champ again. So I guess real quick, announce this, get it out of the way. Our 3 different picks 2 weeks ago now, where it was Edmund Shabazian versus Fluffy, where Dorian went Edmund Shabazian, I went Fluffy. I took that one home. Our second different pick, obviously, was Diego Ferreira versus Michael Johnson, and I did pick Michael Johnson. D Rose did pick Diego Ferreira, and our third different one was Vanessa Demopoulos versus Karolina Kowalkiewicz, where, dude, I probably will never pick Vanessa Demopoulos to win again. And just like this weekend, she will have a one of those don't bets by her name. But we'll get into that, dude. So Dorian is hands still this week. Pick champ. You got your belt there, brother.
Got it always, baby. It's always on me. I keep the strap on me. Get the strap. Get the strap.
D Rose is and still pick champ this week. So with that being said, we're going to give you guys some quick fight news, fight announcements, and then we'll give you our picks and preview for this upcoming weekend's fights. Kai Kara France versus Amir Albazi, dude. And bro, nah.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it. Because I think
it has nothing to do with this weekend either. That's the crazy part. Like, that's the wild part. It don't have anything to do with this weekend.
Okay, well then, yeah, we'll tease that then, because I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. So yeah, we'll tease that.
It ain't good. It ain't good. I promise. All right. Well, that's not what I was trying to do. Here we go. Trying to get our fight news and fight announcements. Do you got anything pulled up?
Nothing off the top of my head, but I didn't know if you maybe wanted to talk about the tough premiere
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah, sure. Go ahead. You can jump off with that, and I'll full screen you while I get my fight news pulled up.
Yeah, so I thought it was a pretty decent episode. You know, and admittedly I have not watched The Ultimate Fighter over the last couple of years because they just hadn't really had the personalities that I've been really interested in watching. What was it? Amanda Nunes and Juliana Pena, and I think it was Kelvin Gastelum and Robert Whitaker. And hey, look, I mean, Kelvin Gastelum was right behind me, so you know I'm not gonna hate on him. I love me some KG, but as far as the personality wise, to really sell the fight, selling a fight between Robert Whitaker and Kelvin Gastelum, you know, they're both really respectful guys. It's going to be really hard to do. But you got someone who's as charismatic and can really talk a good game, and Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor, we already know the mic skills that he has. So I do think that it's going to make for an interesting season. As for the episode yesterday, man, spoiler alert if nobody's seen it yet. Roosevelt Roberts. So it's the veterans versus the prospects, and Michael Chandler has all the veterans. Conor has all the prospects, and Roosevelt Roberts was one of the veterans that Michael Chandler had and slept dude in 10 seconds. So that was crazy to see, but I thought it was pretty cool to see Roosevelt Roberts back too, because he was a guy that I actually liked watching in the UFC. He was pretty explosive, so it was good to see him get that win too.
Yeah, he just got spinning wheel kicked by was it Ignacio
Bahamondes?
Bahamondes? Yeah, dude. So it's just like once that happens to you, you know, it don't surprise me if you get cut. Yeah, but I'm actually glad that you pointed that out, because you could have just watched the clip on Instagram and saw the whole episode. Like, you didn't have to watch any of it. I mean,
Yep.
I'm still kind of in the same boat as I've always been, bro. It's like they all kind of say the same thing for the most part. It's like, I have a family back home, this, and this. It's like, we kind of know that now, dude. It's like, I'm over the fucking sob story. Like, do you have anything interesting going on? Are you like a funny guy? Are you like a shit talker? It's just like, and me personally, I'm like, well, the vets are probably going to win most of the fights of the season because they've been to the UFC already. It was like, that's a terrible format, to be honest, in my opinion. But hey, Roe Roberts does get the clean knockout 10 seconds into round one, but I saw that shit coming like a mile away, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, and dude, he looks super clean doing it too. But you know, one of the things I'd wanted to mention as well is you know, I kind of told you earlier I wanted to get some stuff off, and dude, I cannot get over the size of Conor McGregor's fucking head. Like, he looks like he is the Crimson Chin now. Like, have you seen him? Dude, have you seen him, like, even at, like, for the second or the third Poirier fight, I guess I should say. For the third Poirier fight, dude, I'm telling you, his head was a normal size. It was an orange, and it absolutely turned into a fucking watermelon after he's taking all this time off. Like, do you remember those old Fruit Gusher commercials back in the day when they used to eat the Fruit Gusher and their head would turn into the fruit? Like, Conor McGregor absolutely ate the watermelon flavored Fruit Gusher, and his head has just blown up into a damn watermelon, dude. Like, it is absolutely nuts. There are suspicions as to why, but I'm not going to put those out there because I don't want anybody trying to cut us.
Yeah, hey man, it is what it is. You know, there are a lot of steroid accusations, and I think he actually said that he got therapeutically exempt or some shit like that, some kind of USADA loophole. That's why he retired from the sport. Let's be honest. But my thing is, it's like, bro, he has so much extra like water weight in his like face right now. Like, he's like still a pretty like jacked guy. Like, he's still huge, but his face just looks like so swollen. Like, bro, like his face has got to weigh like 10 pounds, like just this part forward, dude.
Dude, like he literally looks like the Crimson Chin off that Fairly Odd Parents back in the day. If you ever watched that, like his jawline is so freaking defined and full. Like, it is absolutely crazy looking at him right now. Like, I can't get over it. Like, every time I just look at him, I have to point it out every time. His head is fucking massive now. It's crazy.
All right, so
literally and figuratively.
All right, so Lushlow Main saying Chandler's team is stacked pretty much, yeah, with all UFC vets. Connor's team is a bunch of guys never been, you know, no one really knows them for the most part. Yeah, unless you're like a super hardcore that's watching all the regional MMA. So let's let me getting a kick out of your watermelon fruit gusher there. So with that being said, let me give you the rest of the fight news announcements, because I got them pulled up here, dude. I could not understand for the life of me. I'm like, why is my phone playing videos right now? I was clicking Instagram, but it was on the little, like, the reel tab. So it just kept playing loud videos. I'm like, stop. I'm just trying to find the fight news. So, but I got it. So that being said, here we go. I'm not sure if I said this last week, but I'll throw it back at you, because we did talk a lot about fights this past weekend playing PlayStation. So got to keep that in mind. So Kevin Lee versus Renat Fakhretdinov, July 1st, dude. He was going to fight Tony Ferguson, and now Renat Fakhretdinov. What the hell happened, dude? How do you get that change up?
And it doesn't seem like the UFC is really doing Kevin Lee any favors either. I mean, it seems like every time he goes up the welterweight, he just gets, tough matchup after tough matchup. And I know you're in the UFC, so you're going to get tough matchups, but man, Kevin Lee at 170, I wish there was a 165-pound division for him. I know he's always campaigned for it, but man, if he can't make 155, I don't know if the second stint is going to be too successful for him.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree with you more, dude. That being said, Jimmy Crute and Alonzo Minifield rebooked for July 8th. Their fight ended in a draw. And their last fight, you care about that?
That's a pretty decent fight. When is it booked for?
July 8th.
Okay, so that's the International Fight Week card. So that's that's a good fight. Good fight.
Right. August 5th, we got Bulldozer Tanner Boser making his second fight at light heavyweight against Alaska Kammer. August 5th.
Yeah. Hopefully, Tanner Boser can turn it around, because man, if he goes out here and gets finished again, we're talking pink papers he's getting. So this might be a fight where his job's on the line for him.
Yeah, man. We got Kennedy and Zetcher going to be taking on Dustin Jacoby August 5th. Care about that?
Woo. That's a good fight, man. And man, Kennedy's been on a roll, and Dustin Jacoby, we know he's a pretty good striker, but we've seen Mirzkhanov, kind of tag him up in that last fight. So I'd like to see what Zetcher could do. Yeah.
Zagas Zumagulov getting a fight June 17th against UFC newcomer Felipe Burns. He looks like he might be the LFA champion. You excited to see Zargulis the baddie get a fight, man?
More or less just to see that haircut, and that's about it.
I have to see that haircut in action, if I'm going to be honest. I have
to see if it's going to help him get any split decisions go his way.
Yeah, so apparently Kennedy is Benjamin Choate's guy. Let's see, I don't know who that person is. We got Jamal Emmers versus Jack Jenkins. Care about that one?
No.
Okay, we got Verna Jandiroba, Dorian's secret crush, going to be taking on Tatiana Suarez on August 5th. Give me your thoughts on that one.
Now that's real interesting, because Verna just got that win against Marina Rodriguez, so that puts her in the top 5, or I would assume it would. And then Tatiana Suarez, she comes back, she gets the top 5 opponent, right off rip, and ends up mowing through her. There's a very good chance, she could get the title shot next. She ended up having the fight against Montana. Some people say that was kind of like a get right fight for her. This is to test a weight cut to see if she can do the same thing at 115. She could be fighting for the title next. She gets the dub.
Dude, Suarez gets that for sure. I agree, but how wild would it be if Verna treated Tatiana Suarez exactly like Marina Rodriguez, where she just went out there and was somehow able to get her down and just laid on her, dude? I would be like, I quit. I quit trying to judge fights, dude. I quit trying to pick fights. If Verna does that, dude, I'm done. I'm never betting an MMA fight again. I'm like, clearly, I don't know what's happening, dude. But
it is fun. It is funny for the thought of it, but we know that Marina Rodriguez isn't nearly the wrestler that Suarez is either. So ain't gonna be as easy.
No chance. That one will be this weekend. So we got Estela Nunez going to be, don't know who that is. Not even going to try to say it. Here's one, dude. And it's for next week, dude. And it's probably the best fight, or not for next week, for the July 15th card. And it's probably the best fight on the card, and it's probably the second fight on the card. It's Albert Duraev taking on Jung Young Park, dude. So we'll take a little preview, just a little bit, dude. That's literally the best fight on the entire card, and I'm not even kidding. It makes no sense. We got Pat Sabatini versus Lucas Almeida, June 17th. Or give me your thoughts real quick on Iron Turtle versus Albert Duraev.
I know Iron Turtle's your guy, so I know you'll be the Iron Turtle. You'll be excited to see him back in action. So I'm just laughing at if that's the best fight, man. I don't even want to look for the card.
Dead ass here. I'm dead ass. Like, it's absolutely nuts.
I gotta look at it now.
Yeah, Pat Sabatini versus Lucas Almeida. Care about that?
Not particularly.
Oh, dude, my girl returns. Your favorite dude. You hate her to no end. We got Montserrat Conejo going to be taking on Jacqueline Amarim. You care about that one?
I mean,
queen herself, dude.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that might be why. No, it wasn't even that. It was because she spit at Cheyenne Bays after she won the fight. That's what I didn't like. And honestly, I think that might be why I like Amanda Lemos so much, because she just slept the fuck out of her. So that might be why I'm a big Amanda Lemos fan.
I was stick by. That was an early stoppage by time.
Hell no. She got her ass fucking clipped. And she stood up and couldn't even stand up, falling across the octagon.
She was up before Tiny was even down there. He was like, "Whoa, where'd she go?"
She literally had spaghetti legs the whole time. So I mean, no, I don't care. I don't care about her.
All right, we got Renya Nakamura going to be taking on Fernie Garcia, dude. Renya by KO, yeah.
Honestly, I'm not super familiar with if I seen her, maybe.
That's a guy, brother. Renya Nakamura was like the road to the UFC, like the dude that had like the yellow hair. When I was like, dude, he fights just like Ilya does. I don't know if you remember that or not.
I remember that card. But yeah, I'd have to go back and look. I mean, you know how quickly these fights go, dude.
Yep, brother, I definitely do. Saeed Nurmagomedov going to be taking on Kyler Phillips August 5th. You care about that one?
That should be pretty interesting. And Kyler Phillips coming back from a suspension, ain't he? So yeah, that'll be interesting to see what he looks like.
Yeah, Terrence McKinney going to be returning against Nazim Sadykhov, July 15th in 2 weeks, dude. Or no, that's June.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's that's July. Yeah. Still got about a month, but no, that's a solid fight.
Yeah, Tagir Ulanbekov going to be taking on Jake Hadley, dude, August 5th. This is actually one at flyweight that I'm curious about, dude. Jake Hadley, the young white Kong, he might be one to keep our eye on down at 125. You care about that?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He was off the Contender Series, right?
I'm not 100% sure, but I know he's an English fighter that keeps calling out Muhammad Makayev, and he's like, fight me, and he's like, stop ducking me.
Yeah, but I'm definitely interested to see him. He's had a little bit of momentum and been looking good. So,
all right, another one that same card, Ode Osborne is going to be fighting UFC newcomer. You excited to see Ode Osborne back?
Yeah, I like Ode. He normally puts on a pretty good fight. Just surprised to see him taking on a newcomer, but maybe he just maybe he needs a little change.
Dude, UFC hates Officer Trevin Giles, dude. Officer Trevin Giles is going to be taking on Gabriel Bonfim, one of the Bonfim brothers, on UFC 291 down at welterweight. You care about that one?
Man, yeah, Trevin Giles, he does not get any easy fights at all, man. So yeah, he always gets a tough fight, but he's game though, so I do give him credit for that.
Yeah, July 1st. So Vince Pichel is out, and Benoit Saint Denis will now face the younger brother or the older brother of the fucking Bonfim, Israel Bonfim. So Benoit Saint Denis versus Israel Bonfim on July 1st. Care about that one?
Oh, that's an interesting fight. Obviously, Benoit Saint Denis, his grappling really good, and Israel Bonfim.
Who was like the ref that almost just let him die against?
It was in the Abu Dhabi card. It was Alexi or Ezekiel Dos Santos.
Yeah, like he fights this weekend too.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I know he's got like 6 different names, but yeah, dude, he got absolutely crushed in that fight. But since he's been down at 155, he's looked a lot better. Saint Denis has, so, and Bonfim, those dudes are savages. So that's an interesting fight.
Yeah, indeed. Your girl returns, dude. Joanne Wood going to be taking on Priscilla Cachoeira, July 29th. Care about that one?
Priscilla Cachoeira ain't going to go for a takedown, so that could potentially be a little bit of a barn burner. We know JoJo likes to slug it out.
Yeah, that'll be this weekend. And then last one, we got Austin Lingo versus Mezcal Costa. That's the guy with the colorful hair.
Yeah, not really.
You don't care about that? All right, that's the last one. That's the last one, brother. So, got to be honest, I don't have the fight for this weekend pulled up. So, if you want to talk to the people for a second, I'll get it pulled up.
I would say happened a little bit quicker than you think, but man, you don't really think about, because we do have weeks where cards are coming up, and you were even kind of mentioning it with the July 15th card. Apparently, that card is really bad, and all these things. But man, I know come Saturday night when you didn't have, because at least I watch other sports, like I was watching the NBA, so the NBA playoffs were on, and it was an absolute amazing game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. But for there to be no fights, man, I know some fight fans out there was kind of doing the old Dave Chappelle meme, kind of scratching their neck, asking the UFC if they got any more of those fights. Because, man, I know a lot of people were like, man, dude, I wish there was some fights on. I'd watch some bums fight in the streets right now. Like, I didn't even watch somebody fight. So, we talk about how bad we talk about how bad some of these cards are, man. But at the end of the day, got to be appreciative that the UFC is willing to pump out as much content as they are, because they do help fill our Saturday nights, for guys that like to sit back and watch fights all night. So got to credit the UFC for always pumping out the content.
Yeah, man. For the life of me, I cannot get this to pull up. What is that card? Is it July 17th?
No, it's June 3rd, right?
Oh yeah. UFC.
Yeah, but yeah, because honestly,
no, not for this weekend. For like the following week, is
July 15th, or the following week, June 10th. That's the pay-per-view. Yeah, June 10th.
No, the one after that. So it'll be the 17th, right?
Yeah, it'll be the 17th.
Because I do want to pull that one up real quick.
Yeah. But even like this past weekend, like I was even looking for like PFL or Bellator or something like that. Like I was like, there's at least got to be something, and there was nothing. Like
dude.
I was surprised.
Nothing.
No one. Nothing.
I can't get this to come up at all, dude.
Yeah, it's so is that the one that you're saying that is just absolutely god awful? Is the June one, June 17th?
Yeah, that's the one that I'm really trying to get pulled up here. So okay, I found it right here. It is. It is
the Victorian Cannoneer card.
Yes, dude. So hold on, let me share my screen real quick, and we'll just run through this. I'll let everyone see it on the pod, dude, because it's fucking awful.
I am kind of looking at it right now.
All right, so I got to pull it up here, man.
Sheesh.
Can you see it on your end, dude? All right. So wait a minute. I'm not sure if. Nah, this isn't the card that I'm thinking about. Man, it's the one. Where is Iron Turtle versus? Was it? What did I say that fight was on, dude?
You said that was July 15th.
July 15th? All right.
That's what you told me.
So let me go back for a second. That card, dude, I was looking at that whole thing. It is terrible. Let's see. Here we go. This is the actual one. Holly Holm versus Myra Bueno Silva card. Saturday, July
Okay.
15th, dude. Let's just
Okay.
take a
Yeah.
look.
I
The
see what you
main
mean now.
event, Myra Bueno Silva versus Holly Holm. Co-main event is Walt Harris versus Josh Parisian. The feature fight on the card, dude, is Ashley Evans Smith versus Aileen Perez. Tyson Nam versus someone I've never heard of. Two other people that I don't really know about. Norma Dumont versus Chelsea Chandler at 145. Dude, do
Dump truck
any of
driver.
these fights stand out to you, dude? Aside
Hey,
from
Norman Dumont stands out to me. What are you talking about?
all right, dude. But on this card, we have Terrence McKinney is fighting some dude, and the only fight on the card where I know both people of them fairly well is Albert Duraev and Iron Turtle here, dude. This is probably the worst card, dude. What is this?
Hey, man, they're just trying to make do. Because I bet
That
if this
is
card,
bad.
if this card was on this past weekend, you would have ate that shit up, and you would have
Hell yeah,
had
dude.
all your parlays on it. You would have
Hell
had, you would have had, and you would have been chasing after you would have missed your first 3 or 4 too. So, you know you would have. We hate these cards, but then again, we end up watching it anyway because we end up loving this shit.
Indeed, man. Indeed. So that being said, let me get the new banner up here, and we'll start talking about the fights for this upcoming weekend that we have. UFC Fight Night Vegas 74. We got Kai Don't Blink Kara-France taking on Amir the Prince Albazi. Give you our preview, our picks, our thoughts. So if you guys haven't already, hit that thumbs up button for us. We would greatly appreciate you for that. And let's get into it, man. We do have a few comments. Sorry, I have not been keeping up for this. Let's see. Dorian Lush LeMay wants to know. Random question. You guys like Nick Diaz?
Yeah, of course. Nick Diaz is a G. I just hated the way that he kind of went out there and the way that he ended up having that Robbie Lawler fight. I don't know. This whole thing just felt weird. So I hated seeing that. But honestly, he still looked pretty good in that fight. I just hated seeing him take damage and then he, kind of just quit afterwards. But yeah, Nick Diaz is a G.
I fully agree with you, brother. And then random question: red, blue, black, or yellow? I don't say I'm a fan of either one. I would say I'm a fan of green, dude. I'm one of those odd people that I'm a fan of green or purple. It's weird.
Dude, I literally did not know. Like, green is my favorite color. So, yeah, green is my favorite color. But amongst those, I mean, I'm actually literally wearing a black T-shirt with black shorts. So, if I had to choose, probably black because I end up oddly wearing that a lot.
I have a lot of black shirts. I guess I'll go with that as well. Fair enough. That being said, dude, let's jump into the fights for this weekend. We appreciate you commenting, Alosh Lemaine. UFC Fight Night, Kai Kara-France versus Amir Albazi. This is going to be at the UFC Apex. We got 13 fights on this card, dude. And, dude, there's a lot of them not on DraftKings or FanDuel because that's where I was just just looking at the card. But there's some extra fights on here that I don't really know which way to go because I just now saw them for the first time. So I guess this should be fun. So main event, final fight of the night. We got Kai Don't Blink Kara-France taking on Amir the Prince Albazi. We got Bruce Leroy, Alex Caceres taking on Daniel the Pit Pineda. We got A10, Jim Miller taking on Jared Flash Gordon. We got Awkward Tim Elliott taking on El Magnifico Victor Altamirano. We got Karine Silva taking on Ketlin Souza. We got Jamie Malarkey taking on dude. How do you even say this? I'm not gonna try, dude. UFC newcomer. I can't wait to hear someone say that one. We got Elizu Zaleski dos Santos taking on Abubakar Nurmagomedov. We got John, the worst nickname in the UFC, the Sexy Maxi, John Castaneda, taking on Marine Gafarov. We got, dude, the Pitbull, Andre Arlovsky, still doing the damn thing. And if you think I forgot, you're damn wrong. He's going to be taking on Don't Mays. And if you want to know why I call him that, it means don't pick him. So you know who I'll be picking in that fight. We got Daniel Santos, Willie Cat, taking on Johnny Munoz Jr. We got Jin Fry taking on Elise Reed, Dorian's favorite fighter to pick, dude. We got Luan Lacerda taking on the monster Blackshear. And our first fight, opening fight of the card, curtain jerker, if you will. We got Maximus Grisham taking on Felipe Monstaro Lins. So that is where we will start, dude. So, thoughts on the card as a whole before we jump into it?
Not the greatest, but I do like the main event. That main event is actually a banger, and it's actually kind of important for the division as far as, is Kai Kara France going to maintain his stay, or is Amir going to be the newcomer coming up? So, and I mean, there's some good fights, but nothing that really kind of wows me.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting night of fights, but pretty much as you were just pointing out to begin with, I'm just excited to have some fights back. So with that being said, Maxim Grisham, 32-9-2. Let me scoot my laptop a little bit closer so I can see. Maxim Grisham is 32-9-2, won 2 out of his last 5, lost 2, and believe it's probably a no contest in there. In the PFL, he is a slight favorite up against Felipe Lins, who is 16-5 and won 3 of his last 5, dude. As I said, Maxim Grisham minus 145 favorite, Felipe Lins plus 120 dog. Man, I am rusty for not doing this for a week, dude. I'm all over the place. Maxim Grisham, 39 years old, 6'3", 76-inch reach. Felipe Lins, 37 years old, 6'2", with a 78-inch reach. Was it Maxim Grisham that pretty much was in the William Knight fight last?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's him, dude. I get him confused with like a few different people. So, yeah, dude. That being said,
William Knight, that wasn't the one that William Knight was standing there though. If that's the one you're talking about.
Who did he fight then?
Fuck. It was a dude that's not that good.
Confused with like I get him Maxim Grisham, Marcin Prochnow, who else?
That sounds
damn, like Christoph Jocko. I get them all confused.
That sounds close to right.
But he says beat William Knight via unanimous decision. That was the one where he just fucking
Marcin Prochnow. Yeah.
Oh wow,
Marcin. That's why I said it was
both of them. So he fought both of them. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's why when you said Prochnow, I was like, man, that sounds about right. But yeah, I looked it up, and that was absolutely right. Prochnow.
So I'm not exactly. I'm sure they probably fight relatively the same though. I'm not too high on Felipe Lins, I have to be honest. See, right now what I'm going to be doing is this is why I'm not going to be trying to put all my money on this fight, because I promised myself I'm not going to be laying a whole bunch of money on who I think's worse here, dude. And that is exactly what this fight is. You're picking who you think is worse for the most part. I'm going to pick Maxim Grisham to win by decision, but it wouldn't surprise me too much if Felipe Lins just come in here and snooze them, if I'm going to be honest. So give me your thoughts, brother.
Yeah, this fight, I keep forgetting that both guys are a little bit older. So I looked in 37 and 39. That did kind of throw me off a little bit. But I do think that, Max Grisham, he's coming off the win against Willie Knight, but how impressive is that really? I thought that Felipe Lins, he did have the knockout against Oven St. Preux in his last fight. And, OSP, I know, I keep mentioning that he hasn't looked great in his last few either, but at least I thought Felipe Lins looks a little aggressive, and I think he's going to come in. I think he's going to just look a little bit bigger than Maxime Grisham. He's going to be probably like a little bit shorter, but I think just like size-wise, you're going to see like a little bit more weight on the size of Felipe Lins there. I think he can kind of use that to his advantage. I think he's got a little bit more power in the hands, and I actually will take Felipe Lins here.
So Dorian going with a dog, Felipe Lins. Yeah, I just worry about his gas tank, dude, because I feel like he just starts really hot, and if he can't get someone out of there, dude, I saw him lose up at heavyweight, I think 2 different times where he just kind of gassed. So that's the only reason why I'm going Maxim Grisham. But once again, playing which fighter is worse here. And will not be getting a lot of my money this weekend. I'll have in a few parlays, but nothing too wild. So first different pick of the night. I am going Maxim Grisham. D Rose is going Felipe Lins. And let's see if that one gets in the pick champ for the week. Next fight of the night, we got Luan Lacerda taking on Damon, the monster Blackshear. Luan Lacerda is 12-2, won 4 of his last 5. Damon Blackshear is 12-5, won 3 of his last 5, lost his last one against Farid Basharat, and then lost a decision, won a decision, but it was, this went to a draw against Yusuf Zalal, dude. Yes, and then won the 3 before that. So Luan Lacerda minus 140 favorite. Damon Blackshear plus 115 dog. Luan Lacerda is 30 years old, 5'7", 73-inch reach. Damon Blackshear is 28 years old, 5'10", and a 72-inch reach, dude. I'm gonna be down at bantamweight, and dude. That's what I thought, dude. I'm taking Luan Lacerda here. I think he looked rather good in this Cody Stamann fight. I think he had more gas than Cody Stamann did in that 3rd round. And dude, Cody Stamann's kind of a dog, dude, for 3 rounds. So, and he was actually winning that 3rd round against Cody Stamann. But at the same time, Javid Basharat or Farid. Okay, so this changed my mind completely too. So he lost to Farid Basharat, which is the little brother, not as good as Javid Basharat. I think Farid loses way quicker than Javid loses, and he lost to Farid Basharat. Dude, I'm for sure taking Luan Lacerda here, the slight favorite. Luan Lacerda. That's where I'm going. Which way are you going this week, man?
Yeah, I will say I don't feel super comfortable either way. Both fights are a little tougher to call, but I will say that, for Lacerda to have his UFC debut against Cody Stamann, and he did look good in that fight. I do agree with you. I think he took it like on a last minute notice or something like that. But yeah, he did look good in that fight. Man, the only thing that I don't feel super comfortable. Let's just go Lacerda here.
All right, D-Rose just going to copy me just because he's like, fuck, I don't want to pick a different pick and have to throw this in the picture.
Nope, not a chance. Not a chance. Because I don't feel confident either way.
All right, we are both on Luan Lacerda this week, dude. And, I feel like everyone just comes to me for the WMMA picks. I'm going to let D-Rose break this down, and I'm out at Dr. P, so I'm going to run and grab a new one real quick. I'm going to let D-Rose break this down.
Yeah, I was say, way to throw it to me for the greatest fight on the card here.
Hey, brother, you already know which way I'm going here, so I'll leave it like that. I'll be right back.
Yeah, this fight really hard leaning for me. Same thing, these early fights, they're kind of hard to call. Elise Reed, she's got some pretty decent boxing, pretty decent wrestling. She is coming off a loss to Luma Lugbumi in her last fight. Ended up getting subbed in that one. Jenny Fry, she's got a pretty decent wrestling game as well. But I think she's going to be coming off the TKO loss to Polyana Vienna. That's right, because Polyana Vienna put the pause on her there super early on in the fight. So I think that was super surprising for a lot of us there to see. But I think Elise Reed, she'll be a little bit more well-rounded. And, Jenny Fry, 11-8. I mean, Elise Reed not too much better coming in at 6-3, but I do think that Elise Reed, a little bit more battle-tested. And I think we've seen more consistency from her than we had Jenny Fry. Let's go Elise Reed here. I think that's the best way to lean.
I couldn't agree with you more, brother. And look at that. We got a dono right here from Derek Guffrey. Super sticker, $1.99. Thank you, brother.
Hell yeah.
The dono. I really appreciate that, brother. Because YouTube don't give us no money over here. We get about $3 a video that I make. So every little bit helps. So thank you very much, brother, for just sending me your hard-earned money because I greatly appreciate it. Because,
Yes,
as I
sir.
said, dude, we're just over here every single week, just doing what we do, trying to entertain you guys, give you some good picks, hopefully win some money. But yeah, dude, you pretty much said it the way I would have said it. I was hoping you were gonna read the stats, but looks like you're going to leave it to me. It's all right, brother. Jinyu Fry is 11-8, lost 3 of her last 5, and as Dero said, did get knocked out by Polyana Viana in about 30 seconds in her last fight. And that was really surprising. And dude, Polyana Viana isn't really known for her paws like that. And Elise Reed does carry power at this weight class, but her wrestling is god awful, dude. So the path to victory is here for Jinyu Fry if she can get her down, because once Elise Reed's on her back, dude, she just kind of lays there and doesn't know what to do. She got subbed by Loma Luke Boomy in her last fight, and that was Loma Luke Boomy's first sub ever, dude. So keep that in mind. But Jinyu Fry was a dog back in the day. I remember when she first came in the UFC. I was like, dude, watch out for her. She was Invicta atomweight champ. Like, she's put on some muscle, moved up to 115, and she was good at first, dude. But then now she's 38 years old and she's getting knocked out by Polyana Viana. And that being said, 38 years old, 5'3", 65-inch reach for Jinyu Fry. Elise Reed is 30 years old, 5'3", and a 63-inch reach. Dude, I'm going Elise Reed to get a knockout over Jinyu Fry. I'm going.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. Can't wait for those props to open, because that's gonna be one that I'm probably gonna have some money on this week, dude. Everyone hates on me, like, bro, how are you so confident in WMMA? Hey, the proof is in the pudding, brother. Do I continue to call these right or not?
Yeah, I would say you definitely got your finger on the pulse when it comes to strange undercard women's MMA fights.
I don't know why.
Like early prelims too. Like not even like
first fight of the night card. Like
yeah, and I'm like, why do you know this much about these two fighters? Like there's no reason for you to know this much.
Hey, brother, that's where the money is made, right down there at the bottom. So we are both on Elise Reed this week, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, here we go. Next fight of the night, we got Willie Cat, Daniel Santos taking on Kid Kvimbo. I don't know how to say this. Johnny Munoz Jr. We got 10-2 for Willie Cat, 12-2 for Johnny Munoz Jr. Willie Cat is minus 200 favorite. Johnny Munoz Jr. plus 165 dog. Willie Cat is 28 years old, 5'7", 67-inch reach. Trains out, shoot the box Diego Lima down there with Charles Oliveira. Johnny Munoz Jr. is 30 years old, 5'9", 71-inch reach, and don't know where that's at. Johnny Munoz Jr. is known for getting, I think, knocked out with Tony Gravely. Yep, that like one where he like wrapped them around his head, dude. That was one of your favorite Tony Gravely knockouts, dude. So I'm going to Willie Cat this week, dude, to get probably finish Johnny Munoz, dude. Which way are you going, brother?
Yeah, I think looking at Johnny Munoz, I almost want to say him, but yeah, Santos, as you said, the training with Charles Oliveira and them down there. He's going to have the same blonde hair like Charles Oliveira too. Kind of fights with that similar aggression, kind of pressure, heavy boxing, good leg kicks. So I do like the way that he fights. He comes for the action, man. So I think there's a good chance that he can get a finish here. And that might be one of the props that I'll play this weekend. But let's go Daniel Santos here.
Hell yeah, brother. Me and Dorian are both on Willie Cat this week. So that being said, move on up to the next fight of the night. And Dorian, I refuse to talk about this one, so please do me the honors, dude, and break this one down for me. If you need me to, I'll even zoom in on it for you. So you
your boy Don't has absolutely burned you in a couple of different times.
Can you at least let the people know? So for the here, I like let them know.
Set it up for the people.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, I have picked the fighter on the right side of your screen here in the past 2 pick champs. And Dorian has picked the opposite. And this fighter, Don't Mays, has burned me the past 2 times now. So from the past time forward, I have removed the last 3 letters from his name to where it's Don't. To remind me, don't pick him. Don't Mays. All right, feel free to continue talking about it, D-Rose.
Yeah, so your boy don't here. He's in a peculiar situation, coming off the kind of sad loss of Augusto Sakai. Augusto Sakai beat Dontel Mays and got cut from the UFC afterwards, after he got the win. So I think if Dontel Mays loses here, there's a very chance he could be getting the pink slip as well. Dontel Mays coming in with 9-5 record, and Andre Arlovsky, old as dirt, but still at it.
Dude,
44
the
years
oldest
old.
fighter on the UFC roster has to be, right? Because Alexi's cut, Marion Renault's cut. There's no one else older than Andre Arlovsky on the roster.
That's a really good point. I hadn't thought about it, but yeah, that's a really good point. Coming in at 44 years old with a 34-21 record. And he actually he lost his last fight to Rogerio de Lima, right? But other than that, he was on a 4-fight win streak.
Dude,
and
yeah. We got also in here. What up, Matt and D? Sorry I'm late to the show. It's all good, brother. We were kind of running through these pretty quickly. Derek Goofer said Pitbull all day. That's the only way to go for me, because I'm not allowed to pick Don't Mays. So.
Yeah, he definitely can't. But yeah, Dontel Mays coming in. Last couple fights, like I said, look very uninspiring. And Andre Arlovsky, I think, besides that Rogerio de Lima fight, he's actually looked pretty good. Managed not taking as much damage as he has in his past fights, and uses a lot of good footwork and boxing. And he's got pretty decent wrestling. Dontel Mays, for some reason, has been wanting to mix in his wrestling in his last few fights, and it has absolutely burned him. And it's like he lost his striking as we're coming off the Contender Series. But I think Arlovsky set up here to probably get a decision win here.
Yeah, brother. That's the way I'm going. Andre Arlovsky decision. Me and D Rose are both on Andre Arlovsky decision this week, because I'm not allowed to pick the other guy. I refuse to, dude. Like, that is the only fighter that I refuse to even say his name now, dude. I won't even say it. So up next, we are both on Andre Arlovsky there. Up next fight of the card, we got, probably the worst fight nickname in the UFC. The Sexy Maxi, John Castaneda, taking on Muin Tajik Gafarov, dude. Going to be one of 2 fighters from Tajikistan fighting on this card, I believe. I think we get here. Let me see. Go back for a second, because I think, up on going to be taking on Jamie Malarkey, going to be a second Tajikistan fighter. So Tajikistan going to be up late in a field watching this on a giant screen, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Who was the other guy that you said? I couldn't remember his name.
He's the guy that's going to be fighting Jamie Malarkey on short notice.
Yeah, because man, who was the country like a couple months ago? They had it like up in the it was like in a soccer stadium. It was like
I think that was here,
people,
and I think that was this guy.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, right, that was him.
No,
yeah,
it wasn't this guy. No, because this is from he fought LFA last, but maybe it was like one of the other Tajikistan fighters.
Yeah. So that's what I was about to say. Yeah, they definitely represent their country, man. So I think it'll be pretty cool to see one of those clips.
Hell yeah, brother. Anyway, John Castaneda, 19-6, won 3 of his last 5, lost his last one against Willie Cat, Daniel Santos, via knockout via knee. The UFC newcomer, Muin Gafarov, has won 3 of his last 5, is 18-4 overall. Sexy Mexi is 31 years old, 5'6", 69-inch reach. Muin Gafarov is 27 years old, 5'7", 68-inch reach, dude. This is one that it's been kind of tough for me, because I haven't seen any bet lines for it all week on all the sites that I personally bet on. There are no odds for this. There are no odds right here either, apparently. So going to be a kind of a tough one, dude, because John Castaneda is a good fighter. I just don't think he's outstanding anywhere, if you will. I think this fight probably goes to decision. It's probably a close back and forth for the UFC and newcomer. He's young. I'm sure he's going to have a lot of heart trying to get into the UFC because he lost on the Contender Series against Chad and Helliger via split decision, and that dude's got some power himself too. So, dude, I think I'm leaning Muin Gaffarov this week, but I just don't feel too great about it. But that's going to be my pick. I'm going Gaffarov. Which way are you going, man?
Dude, I am trying my damnedest to find lines for that, and ESPN,
dude, nowhere.
Dude, you cannot find a line for that fight at all, dude. That is absolutely crazy. But this is gonna be hard for me to pick because I'm not really super familiar with the
Sexy Maxi.
Yeah, honestly, either or. I just know that the Sexy Maxi is coming off that loss to Daniel Santos, and that's about it. And I think with that, I will go with the man from Tajikistan.
Tajikistan, stand up. Let's go, Muin Gaffarov. We are both going Tajik this week. Just dropping hot bars for you.
Let's go.
I skipped one. Hold on.
Let's go. The man from Tajikistan. I mean, we dropping bars for y'all, man. Come on, I gotta keep up.
Next fight of the night, we got Elizu, Zalescio, Capoeiro, Dos Santos. This dude's got a bunch of different damn names. Versus Abubakar Nurmagomedov. That's actually one of my girlfriend's favorite names to say. She goes, I love to say his name, Abubakar. I don't know why I did.
Abu.
Yeah, but here we go. Elizu Zaleski is 23-7, won 3 of his last 5, pretty much win 1, lose 1. So I guess we can expect him to lose 1 here against Abubakar Nurmagomedov. That is also won 3 of his last 5, but won his last 2 against Jared Gooden, the Night Train, and Omar Gaziev, which is a rather good fighter himself, dude. This one's dead even though. Zaleski is 36 years old, 5'11", 73-inch reach. Abubakar Nurmagomedov is 33 years old, 5'11", with a 73-inch reach, dude. So pretty much same fighter, height reach wise. I am going to go with the younger Abubakar Nurmagomedov, dude. I just hope he shows up, dude, because sometimes he shows up and sometimes, dude, it's a close ass fight, dude, and that shit could go either way. So if Elizu comes in here and knocks out Abubakar, it wouldn't surprise me too much because I think the only time Abubakar has ever lost is when he got knocked out. So I'm going to Abubakar to win via decision, but don't feel too confident on it, if I'm going to be honest. Which way are you going this week, brother? I think you're muted, man.
Oh yeah, I was muting a cough. But remember,
we got UFC Dry right now, Tough 31 episode. Yeah, dude, that tough episode. You could have watched the whole episode on Instagram in the last 10-second clip. I definitely wasn't excited for that, but I'm glad we got fights back this week, brother. But hey, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for commenting, brother. Truly appreciate it. Go ahead, D-Rose.
Yeah, man. And Abu Bakar. Wow, I don't know why I struggle to say that so much. And his last fight against Omar Gaziev, remember that was the UFC 280. I mean, that was a really close fight, and that, I mean, you could have made the argument that Omar Gaziev ended up winning the first 2 rounds in that fight. So, but I think the thing that he's going to have in the advantage in this fight, Alessio, he does have good potent striking, good kicks, obviously. He's got good cardio, but he's a little bit older. I think he's coming off of a suspension, a drug suspension. Is that right?
Yeah,
or he might be he had he's had like a little bit of time off now, man. And
hasn't fought in a year and a half, so it's been 18 months when he almost killed Benoit Saint Denis in the Octagon.
Yeah, that was absolutely crazy. But coming off the juice and going in here against someone who's going to be able to put the wrestling on him, who's going to be a natural 170 pounder. I think Abu Bakar should be able to get the win here, probably by decision.
Hopefully, dude. Hopefully, because I think that might be one of my plays this week. Because it's a near even fight, dude.
They're right now right now I just looked on FanDuel and it is minus 113 both ways.
Yeah, so hopefully
Playing
Nurmagomedov
that
by
right now.
decision. Hopefully, like Nurmagomedov by decision, we could get a little bit of plus money from that. It'll go in one of my parlays because I don't bet enough to bet anything straight. All right, next fight of the night. We are both on Nurmagomedov there. Next fight of the night, we got our second fighter from Tajikistan. We got Jamie Malarkey taking on, dude, how do you say this?
Muhammad Dijon. Muhammad John. Muhammad Dijon Mustard. Muhammad John. Muhammad John.
I'm going Hillman Naimov. Hillman Naimov going to be taking on Jamie Malarkey. Jamie Malarkey went from the biggest dog on the card to the biggest favorite on the card in one day. He was going to be fighting Guram Kutataladze, who pulled out with he couldn't get his visa to get into the country, dude. So he's going to be rescheduled for I think next month to fight someone. But how crazy is that you're pretty much flying in week of your fight from a different country, just going to come in, whoop ass, and leave, dude.
Come in, cut weight, all that shit within a week. I mean, that's these fighters are G's for stepping up on short notice like that, man.
Hell yeah, bro. But anyway, Jamie Malarkey, 16-5, won 4 of his last 5. We got Naimov is 8-2, won 3 of his last 5. Obviously, Jamie Malarkey is from Australia, and our second fighter from Tajikistan. So Tajikistan stand up. You would think they would train together, but apparently not, because the other guy is fighting out of VA stand up, although Fairfax, which is a place for awful traffic. But yeah, both fighters 28 years old. Jamie Malarkey 6 foot and a 74-inch reach. Naimov usually fights down at 145. He is 5'9" with a 70-inch reach, dude. Just for late notice, like literally, like took the fight, I think yesterday, dude, or some shit like that. So he has to basically took the fight, wait a day, and he has to do all that shit within 3 days that he has to fight this weekend. So I got to go Jamie Malarkey to win this fight, man, just because of just what the other guy, the pressure that he's under. Jamie Malarkey's ready. He's an actual 155er. I got to go Jamie Malarkey, brother.
Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet because I'm not going to act like I know about Muhammad Dijon Mustard. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go Jamie Malarkey here. Just UFC experience coming in with a full camp. There's no way he's going to lose to Dijon Mustard.
All right, brother. Getting to some fights now. Let's see if we can have some different picks, brother. We got Killer Karine Silva going to be taking on. I'm not going to try that nickname. We got Caitlin Souza. Dude, a whole bunch of green here, right? We got Karine Silva won all 5 of her last 5. Souza also won all 5 of her last 5. Karine Silva is 15-4. Caitlin Souza 13-3. Karine Silva 29 years old, 5'5", 67-inch reach. Caitlin Souza 27 years old, 5'3", and she don't have any arms apparently. But I'm going Karine Silva probably to finish the UFC newcomer that is Caitlin Souza. Which way are you going this week, brother?
This one's tough. Karine Silva coming in off the big layoff that she had. I mean, it's been about a year since she's fought. I think it's almost been a year to the day since she's last fought. So,
but Darce choked Poliana Battaglia. But I think she had a fight scheduled not too long ago that her opponent just pulled out of.
Yeah. So that's the only thing that kind of worries me a little bit. Caitlin Souza, she's coming off her championship win and it looked like it was an LFA. So been a little bit more active here as of late, but we do know a little bit more about Karine Silva. Man, I hate to keep going like favorites here, but man, I think I gotta go Karine Silva here. I think she gets it done.
I think she subs Caitlin Souza. But hey, brother, it's okay if I could pick the same fighter. All I'm trying to do is pick the right fighter. That's all I'm trying to do, brother. So let's see if we have a different pick here because me and you have chatted about this one just a little bit. One of my favorite fighters to talk about. He has fantastic teeth. He does this when he's introduced. El Magnifico. Victor Altamirano. one of my favorite fighters down at 125. But we got awkward Tim Elliott taking on El Magnifico, Victor Altamirano, dude. And just the let me set it like this: 18-12 for Tim Elliott. Won 3 of his last 5, but hasn't fought in over a year. Last very controversial fight against Tagir Ulanbekov. A lot of people thought Tagir won that fight. I know Khabib thought Tagir won that fight. Victor Altamirano beat Victinas Salvador a month ago, dude. And we all know the power that Vicinas has. He just didn't have the gas tank that everyone just wasn't sure about. But here's the crazy part. Tim Elliott, minus 175 favorite. Victor El Magnifico Altamirano, plus 145 dog. Tim Elliott, 36 years old, 5'7", 67-inch reach. Victor Altamirano, 32 years old, the younger guy. 5'8", the taller guy. And a 70-inch reach, the longer reach. Dude, Tim Elliott last fought at a fight at a gym that is no longer there, dude. His wife is cheating on him with one of his best friends, dude. He's the older, shorter reach, dude. And he's the favorite, dude. I'm going dog all the way this week. Give me El Magnifico, Victor Altamirano to get the dub this week, brother.
Yeah, man. So the only thing, and you make some great points. The only thing that's gonna be kind of a little hesitant is with Victor coming out the fight here pretty recently against Vinicius Salvador. You know how I am as far as fighters taking a lot of quick fights in succession. You're taking a lot of fights like that and not giving your body enough time to heal. A lot of times making tough weight cuts. It's hard for these guys to make quick turnarounds like that. But I do think Tim Elliott, he's got a lot of stuff going on outside of the octagon, sure. But I still think even with that, I do think his skills are going to be a little bit behind. He's got pretty decent boxing, weird footwork, but I think once you're able to kind of close the distance on him, he's shown holes in his game and he's been finished before. And I know in his last fight, I can't remember who he fought now, the guy, but he kept a glove grab. If you can maybe call his name, but. Yeah, he kept grabbing his glove like the whole freaking time. Like it was like
pissed about it too. Like the whole fight.
Yeah. No, I absolutely remember. So he didn't look too great in that last win. So yeah, I think Victor Altamirano is just a better fighter here at this point. Let's go, Victor.
Dude, you had me thinking all week that you were going to pick Tim Elliott, brother. All week, I was like, if
I don't know how.
I just don't get it.
I basically made the point that you did about Verna Jandiroba and Tatiana Suarez. Like, it'd just be crazy to see Tim Elliott come out and blast them. But honestly, I don't think more of the outside of the octagon stuff is going to affect him. I just don't think he's that great of a fighter at this point in his career.
Yeah, dude. And El Magnifico.
Who are you, fucking like Captain Falcon? Like,
dude, that's what he does.
No, I know. Like,
anyway, we are both on Victor Altamirano this week. Here's another one, dude. I expect this to probably be on the same side, dude. Only because of the situation. If it wasn't the situation, maybe I'd be on the other side. But we got Jim A10 Miller taking on Jared Flash Gordon. Dude, Jim Miller, 35-17, won 3 of his last 5, lost his last one against Alexander Hernandez. Dude, Alexander just beat him up all 3 rounds for the most part. Didn't finish him, though, dude. Surprising. Jared Flash Gordon, 19-6, lost his last one got no contest in his last fight. Look at this, 3 weeks ago. Got pretty much knocked out cold basically by a fucking head clash and then pounded out on the ground. And then he maybe won or lost against Patty. That's depending on your judgment. But dude, Jared Gordon, minus 250 favorite against the plus 200 dog of Jim Miller. Jim Miller, 39 years old, 5'8", 71-inch reach. Jared Gordon, 34 years old, 5'9", 68-inch reach, dude. And if Jared Gordon didn't just get knocked out 3 weeks ago via headbutt, I might pick him to win this fight. But dude, A10 still carries power, and he's shown it in his past few fights, dude. He's still getting people out of there. I'm going Jim Miller Second round knockout, dude. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, man. I think, man, I'm not gonna lie. This is one I've actually been going back and forth on for obvious reasons. You know, as you stated, Jared Gordon just got knocked out a couple weeks ago. You know how I am as far as literally just made the point. You take all these fights in quick succession, don't give yourself enough time to heal, yada yada. And honestly, I'm kind of glad you ended up pulling up Jim Miller's profile because I did not realize that fight with Alexander Hernandez was like just 2 months ago. Like it wasn't even that long ago that that happened. And I'm not gonna lie, I do remember that fight now that it's being brought up, and he kind of got beat up a good little bit against Alexander Hernandez too. Like Alexander Hernandez kind of beat him from pillar to post, and I had a lot of belief in Jim Miller going into that fight. And I thought that he looked good, but he was just a step behind. Now I think he's obviously going to have the submission threat against Jared Gordon, but he's got some decent power in his hands, but not crazy power. He's just got good enough kind of grappling and durability and cardio to kind of push himself through. And I do think that's a lot of things that Jared Gordon can kind of match him with: cardio. I think for the most part, he doesn't take too much damage outside of that Bobby Green knockout, which it was an accident on Clash of Heads. So I think as long as he is able to manage the damage, I do actually think that Jared Gordon, similar skill set as Jim Miller, the good wrestler, good boxing, doesn't have nearly the submission threat as Jim Miller is, but I think he can keep himself safe here and be the quicker fighter, and Jared Gordon should be able to get the win.
All right, dude. We'll have another different pick there. I'm going the pretty big dog that is Jim Miller. Dorian is going the big favorite, minus 250 favorite. Flash Gordon, dude. I'm just so thrown off by this line, dude. Dude.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. I'm not betting on it at all.
You can't get knocked out 3 weeks ago and then be a minus 250 favorite. It just doesn't make any sense. Bars.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we doing the rap show and the podcast. I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah, it is what it is. Different pick. Is that our third different one? I think it's our third different one, dude.
I think that was our second.
Who knows, dude? I think.
Yeah, Jared Gordon and Felipe Lins and Maxine Grissom. Those are the only two so far. Crazy enough. With 2 fights to go. Who will we pick? No, we picked the same.
Oh yeah, because you end up picking the same one as me. All right. Co-main event of the night. We got Bruce Leroy, Alex Caceres taking on Daniel the Pit Pineda, dude. 20-13 for Bruce Leroy. 1-4 of his last 5. Daniel the Pit Pineda, 28-14, dude. And dude, he has 100% finish rate. Every single fight that he's won, he's finished, dude. Like
killer.
And he's also won twice that aren't even on his record too, as well, that he was overturned for, I think, steroids. But so he should be 30-14. All finishes, 100% finish rate. But Alex Caceres minus 175 favorite. Daniel Pineda plus 140 dog. Alex Caceres, 34 years old, 5'10", 73-inch reach. Daniel Pineda, 37 years old, 5'7", 70-inch reach, dude. I am going Bruce Leroy here via decision this week. I think he just keeps him, pokes at him, prods at him, keeps him at distance. Bruce Leroy decision. That's where I'm going this week, brother.
Yeah, I think this is I think it's weird that this is the co-main event on the card. I think there's a couple of decent fights on here. You could have maybe put right there, but I do think that Alex Caceres, good footwork, good kickboxing. He had a nasty kick knockout against Julian Erosa in his last fight, so he's going to have a lot of momentum behind him. Daniel Pineda coming in, I believe, what was it, against Gavin Tucker in his last fight? He was a pretty big underdog in that.
Lutz, let me check.
Or Gavin Tucker Lutz.
Tucker Lutz, yeah.
Well, and they kind of look alike too. So that I'm kind of like you as far as mixing a lot of those guys up. But yeah, but he was a pretty big underdog going into that fight, and he ended up actually cleaning up Tucker Lutz for the most part too. He looked really good, and his submissions are really good. I think that's where he can actually give Alex Caceres some problems, man. I think if he ends up getting it to the ground, we've seen Alex Caceres end up getting submitted before, and Daniel Pineda does have some pretty good submission ability. Man, I'm actually picking Daniel Pineda here. I think he's going to get some wrestling in, and don't be surprised if he gets a submission here. I'm going Daniel Pineda.
No chance, dude. I am confident in Bruce Leroy's submission defense, dude. Did you see him versus Chase Hooper, dude? Easy night. I think I won quite a bit of money on him versus Chase Hooper because everyone was really, really high on Chase Hooper. And I was like, nah, Bruce Leroy has the dog money. He's too smart to play on the ground. And he's bigger, dude. That's our third different pick now. Bruce Leroy versus Daniel Pineda. D Rose going the pit. I am going Bruce Leroy. Interesting, dude. I didn't expect a different pick there, to be honest. But we will make our picks for the final fight of the night when we have Kai Don't Blink Car France taking on Amir the Prince Albazi. Thank God I remember these because that took forever to load, dude. If you guys haven't already, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button. We're here on a Wednesday night for y'all, giving y'all our fight picks, and hopefully can win you some money this weekend. Hopefully we can win some money this weekend, dude. But Don't Blink, 24-10, won 3 of his last 5, last loss to Brandon Moreno. Liver kick. And before that, last loss to Brandon Royval. So he loses to people named Brandon. That's the only people he loses to for the most part. But he's going to be taking on Amir, the Prince Albazi, 16-1 overall. And I know a lot of people is going to be like, strength of schedule here, but we'll get into that. Near even, -110 apiece. Kai Car France is 30 years old, 5'4", 66-inch reach. Amir Albazi, 29 years old, 5'5", 68-inch reach, dude. I'm gonna let you pick here, and then I'm gonna tell you why. Go ahead, man. Dude, we got Derek back in here with another super chat sticker, brother.
Derek,
truly, thank you. Second one of the night, brother. Thank you very much.
Let's go.
Truly, thank you. Thank you, brother. Just spending your hard-earned money with these two losers over here. we appreciate it, brother. We appreciate it. Derek with the big money.
Damn, Derek. Okay, I see you. But yeah, man, I do think this main event's interesting. Amir Albazi, he's one of the young up and comers in the division right now, but he's one of those that's kind of really talented everywhere. He's got good hands. He's really good wrestling, good submission ability. When he gets the opportunity, he pretty much takes it, especially with the rear naked chokes. I think he had it was like an uppercut knockout in his last fight. Like, it was a brutal knockout that he had. It was like late in the third round too. So yeah, he's definitely got a lot of ability. I think Kai, with him, and I think he's fought. Again, we will say straight to schedule here, but I mean, you can't deny it when you look at, Askar, Moreno, Von Terene, I mean, all the guys that he's, fought over his last few fights and in the division. I mean, he does have, he's fought the highest level of guys. And I think Kai, one of the things that's going to make me feel a little bit more comfortable, because I'll just tell you, I'm picking Kai. One of the things that's going to make me feel a little bit more comfortable about picking Kai is when he fought Askar Askarov. Askar was able to get him down a couple times. As soon as Askar got him down, Kai was immediately back to his feet. Like, it was in no time he was able to get back to his feet. And Askar had a really tough time getting him down. Cody Garbrandt went to wrestle Kai a couple times, could not get him down. Brandon Moreno, even a couple times, could not hold Kai Car France down. And I don't think that Amir Albazi is going to have that ability. And I think that Kai Car France is going to be the cleaner boxer here. So I just think he's going to be able to keep the range. 5 rounds, I think, is going to favor him even more as well, just because of the experience. And I think I'm going Kai Car France here. Maybe late finish, but let's go Kai by decision.
All right, let me tell you why I disagree with you, and just tell you just straight up, brother, I don't think Kai Car France is that great of a fighter, to be honest. You say strength of schedule, but dude, when he's fought people that are better than Amir Albazi, he lost to them. Yeah, Brandon Royval, Brandon Moreno. Askar Azarov is not in the UFC anymore. I admit it was a good fight. A lot of people thought Askar won that fight, though, so you have to keep that in mind. That was a kind of close fight. And then Cody Garbrandt had no business being down at 125, dude. Like, he had no chin at 125. You're not going to do better down at one. I mean, he had no chin at 135. You're not going to do better at 125. That's one I just didn't understand. And Rogerio Bontorin isn't good either. Dude, I just think Amir Albazi's body type, he's going to be able to take him down and hold him down, dude. And when he gets you down there, he doesn't he's not going to hold you there, dude. He goes for the finish. He's there to make a statement. Dude, I'm going Amir Albazi this week. Probably because I don't think Kai Kara-France is the best fighter at 125. I know a lot of people are a fan of him because he trains with Izzy and everything like that, but I just think we're going to see a difference in strength this weekend, dude. Amir Albazi for the win. Maybe even third round submission or decision. That's where I'm going. So we have 4 different fights, yeah?
Yeah, that's 4 different picks.
All right, brother. So you want to do the main event and throwing that one in there?
Yeah, we'll throw that one in there.
All right, so me and D Rose are going to have 3 different picks for D Rose's pick champ, and so we can get and new this week. So our 3 different picks will be the main event will be Kai Kara-France versus Amir Albazi. D Rose is going Kai Kara-France. I am going Amir Albazi. Second fight will be our co-main event in Alex Caceres versus Daniel Pineda. I am going Alex Caceres. D Rose is going Daniel Pineda, and our third different fight is going to be Jim Miller versus Jared Gordon, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And
unless you want to do Maxine Grisham and Felipe Lins.
Nah, that fight, there's a chance that one don't even happen because Felipe Lins fights don't happen. So, yeah. That being said, we got the top 3 fights on our pick champ for the week. D Rose going Jared Gordon, Daniel Pineda, and Kai Kara-France. I'm going Jim Miller, Alex Caceres, and Amir Albazi. So we each got a big favorite, a big dog, and an even fighter, dude. So it should be an interesting one this week, yeah?
Yeah, and I would say we'll be even more in tune with those last 3 fights, knowing that we got those 3 for the that decides the pick champ there. So we definitely ain't going to be moving from our seats once those fights start happening.
Hell yeah, dude. Good pod. Glad to be back this week. We did take a week off last week, but, I was missing it. As you said, dude, it was kind of like, you just kind of like look for something to do. You're like, man, what happened? I'm usually doing something right now, but hey, we're back this week, and I think we got 12, 13 weeks in a row, brother. So we got some fights these upcoming few weeks, and next week we got something special planned, right? D-Rose going to be making the trip to my side of the state. We'll probably have a bunch of content for y'all next week involving the fights. We'll have a podcast where we'll probably be like, we'll just probably be on one camera. Me and D Rose will be on one camera next week, so that'll be super sick. We'll probably have like a live fight reaction while the fights are going next week. Actually, while the fights are on, so that'll be cool. Like a little fight companion, if you will, or at least try to. I don't know how D Rose's Airbnb internet's going to be, but that's going to be all right. But y'all, I truly appreciate every single one of y'all for stopping by here today. Once again, this is the Golden Octagon MMA Podcast. If y'all haven't already, hit that thumbs up button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't. I am Matt. Apparently, Matt 2 today. D Rose is on that side of your screen. Anything before we get out of here, man?
I'm glad you made the mention of the Matt 2 because I was actually going to ask why were you 2 and not just Matt. But
so the actual answer is earlier when I made the background for the podcast, I had to check to see if it was going to fit. So I invited my email and in the Golden Octagon. So I just typed something in there. So I think when I logged on, I was
Makes
on the other one still. So I'm surprised that I just now noticed that all the way through the pod. Yeah. So once again, truly appreciate the donos today from Derek Goofer, brother. Truly thank you. Lush Lemaine always stopping in here, saying what's up.
Yes, sir,
stay
Lush.
safe, brother. And appreciate every single one of y'all that stops in here every single week to just hang out with us because we're just two dudes. But D-Rose going down this week. That pig champ's going to be mine. It's going to be back over here next week. But that being said, I'm Matt, D-Rose on that cyber screen. This was the Golden Octagon MMA Podcast, and we'll catch y'all next week for some more fight news, fight picks, and all that good shit. We'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Pick chair, baby.